So with the Brawl Stars World Finals just around the corner, the million-dollar question remains to be who will win it all. And although predicting Brawl Stars matches doesn't always end well, today we are going to find out which team is the best on paper. So from the most recent LCQs, there was one statistic that caught my eyes. The 8 teams who performed the best in scrims were the exact 8 teams who qualified for Day 3. An example being from Group A from LCQs. Although many people believe that Inner Circle will qualify for Day 3, they eventually fell to both Crazy Raccoons and Revenant X Spark, who both had a higher scrim win rate than them. Although scrim data doesn't show us the full picture, I do believe that a high scrim win rate does reflect a team's strength. To put it in perspective, most teams will have a win rate of 50%, meaning that in 10 sets, you will win 5 and lose 5. So you're basically winning the same as you're losing. Of course, maps and drafts do matter a lot in real matches, but statistically speaking, a team with a 50% win rate will not make a super deep run in a tournament. However, when you bump up the win percentage to 60%, you're gonna start winning 6 out of 10 sets, meaning that you're basically winning more than you're losing. So that's basically the definition of a world champion, right? And with that in mind, teams with a high win percentage like SK, Heretics, Humble, and Zeta will most definitely make a deep run in the World Finals. In contrast, Stamina, who only has a win rate of 39%, will probably be grouped, and I'm expecting Shatapo to absolutely smoke them in their first encounter. But at the end of the day, scrim data is still only scrim data. Other land uncertainties and underdog uprise could for sure happen. But now let's look back to our past champions. And there's one thing that is note remembering. In 2021 and 2022, APAC was the undisputed #1 region, and Zeta Division, who was the first seed in the region, basically brought every single trophy back to Japan. However, past 2023, Europe has taken back the title of the best region. And the past 3 LAN events were all dominated by European teams. Zeta Division, who were the first seeds in 2023, took the trophy. And just 1 year ago, the champions of EU, Humble, performed a clean sweep against Crazy Raccoons in the Grand Finals. Moreover, in the Brawl Cup, the Grand Finals was literally a match between the top 2 European teams. And it might sound obvious, but the best teams in the best region would dominate the tournament more often than not. With that in mind, it just seems like SK and Humble are poised to win the trophy. But there is still one more stat that we have to consider: the World Finals Day 3 thumbnail curse. Basically, whichever team Supercell places in the Day 3 thumbnail is cursed to not win the World Finals. In 2023, Stamina were 1 step short. In 2024, Totem fell to Crazy Raccoons. And for 2025, Supercell decided to curse Humble to not win a trophy. And if this trend continues, this might be SK's year. Alright, so I actually recorded this video 2 days ago when SK had a crazy 65% win rate. But then their win rate kinda plummeted in the past 2 days, losing 10-0 to Loud and also faced defeats against both Reject and Zeta. But despite that, they still remain to be the team with the highest win rate at 59%. And shockingly, the team with the second highest win rate is actually Papara Supermassive. They're for sure gonna be big underdogs going into the World Finals. And besides Supermassive, I believe that Loud and Novo are also 2 sleeper picks. Both teams have an above average win rate in scrims, and these guys could probably make a deep run in the tournament. And last but not least, there's of course my GOAT Tensai, who's currently on such a hot streak, winning against multiple strong teams to push CR's win rate to a respectable 55%. But if we're going by statistics, I still believe in SK Gaming, and they probably have the highest probability of becoming world champions of 2025. But to be honest, every single team in this year's World Finals seems super strong. So maybe the past trends could be broken and NA wins it all. Yeah, not happening by the way. But originally I planned to cover BSense Champions Invitationals. But unfortunately, it was cancelled due to the lack of teams participating in the tournament. But still, make sure to check out their magazine that they just published on the upcoming World Finals. These guys are truly a gem for BSC, and I'll link their Twitter down in the description.